Welcome back to Rise and Thrive. I'm Emma Sullivan, and today we're playing with fire. Literally, we're talking about fire as a metaphor for your life.
I'm David Park, and I already have concerns about where this is going. Are we going to set things on fire?
Only metaphorically. We're diving into Alison Moore's essay about fire as transformation, passion, and basically why you need to stop being such a damp match.
Did you just call me a damp match? That's oddly specific.
If the soggy matchstick fits. Okay, Moore starts with this beautiful image. There's a moment when the match first flares, that soft hiss, that sudden bloom of light. Something ancient stirs inside us every time we see it.
Ancient stirring. Is that what I feel when I light birthday candles?
Yes, that's exactly it. Fire is the heartbeat of transformation. It's warmth and destruction, creation and renewal. It reminds us that endings and beginnings are the same thing, seen from different sides.
Endings and beginnings as the same thing. That's weirdly profound for fire.
Right? We fear fire because it consumes. But maybe that's the point. Maybe it teaches us how to release what we no longer need. The old stories, the masks, the smallness we've outgrown.
So fire is basically Marie Kondo, but more dramatic?
Exactly. Does this spark joy? No, burn it. The flame doesn't apologize for what it changes. It just burns clear and pure until only what's real remains.
Fire as the ultimate decluttering tool. I'm listening.
Now here's what got me. Moore says passion is a sacred fire inside us. Not the frantic kind that exhausts itself trying to prove something, but the steady kind. The one that glows quietly, lighting the dark corners of who we are.
Wait, so passion isn't supposed to be exhausting? I've been doing it wrong.
You have been doing it wrong. When we tend that inner flame, it warms everything around us. When we neglect it, we grow cold, disconnected from our own spirit.
Inner flame maintenance. Is there a manual for this?
That's what this podcast is. But here's the tricky part. Fire needs balance. Too much, and it destroys. Too little, and it fades. Life asks us to learn the dance of how to burn brightly without burning out.
Oh, I've definitely burned out. Multiple times. I'm basically charcoal at this point.
But charcoal can be reignited, David. That's the whole point. It's about learning how to stand in your own power without consuming yourself.
Power without consumption. This metaphor is getting complicated.
Have you ever noticed how mesmerizing a campfire is? How people gather around it and fall silent? It's like the fire gathers all our scattered thoughts and feeds them to the light.
Actually, yes. I could stare at a campfire for hours. It's hypnotic.
Because you can feel the primitive memory. Our ancestors circling flames, telling stories, finding safety in the glow. The fire kept them alive, and in a way, it still keeps us alive. That urge to create, to seek warmth, to see clearly in the dark.
So my camping obsession is actually ancestral memory. That's my new excuse.
Use it. Now here's the gut punch. Sometimes when life feels heavy and dull, it's not that we're lost. It's that our fire's gone dim. We've smothered it with shoulds and laters and not good enoughs.
I feel personally attacked by this fire metaphor.
Good, but here's the hope. Fire doesn't hold grudges. One spark of honesty, one act of courage, one breath of truth, and it leaps to life again.
So I can reignite my fire? Just like that?
Yes! That's the beautiful, terrifying thing about fire. It demands authenticity. You can't fake a flame. It will show you what's alive and what's not.
Fire as a lie detector. That's actually intimidating.
It is. And yes, it can hurt. Transformation often does. Burning away what no longer serves you means facing the smoke, the ashes, the parts of yourself you'd rather keep hidden.
So personal growth is basically controlled burning. Like forest management?
That is brilliant, yes. But Moore says ashes are sacred too. They're proof that something was released. The trick is to learn how to bless what burns.
Bless what burns. That's either profound or arson.
It's profound to say, thank you for teaching me. Now I let you go. Fire isn't here to destroy you. It's here to refine you.
Fire as a refinery for the soul. I'm actually moved by this.
Moore says when everything feels uncertain, when your path feels dim, light a candle. Watch how it flickers and steadies. How even a small flame pushes back the darkness.
So candles aren't just for ambiance? They're spiritual practice?
Everything is spiritual practice if you pay attention. Remember that same light lives in you. You were never meant to stay small. You were made to shine, not to scorch, but to warm.
Shine, not scorch. That should be on a motivational poster.
Write it down. Here's the practical part. Tend your fire gently. Feed it with what brings you alive. Truth, creativity, compassion, laughter. Protect it from what dampens it. Fear, comparison, bitterness.
So social media is basically fire extinguisher foam?
For most people, yes. And when life calls for courage, step closer to the heat. Trust that you're strong enough to walk through what needs burning.
Walk through the fire. This got very dramatic very quickly.
Because it is dramatic. More ends with this. After all, every sunrise and sunset is proof that even the sky burns and is reborn. The sky burns and is reborn.
You're very excited about celestial burning.
Because it's everything. Okay, let's get practical before I spontaneously combust from enthusiasm. First, identify what's dimmed your fire. What shoulds have you been living under?
I should work harder. I should be more successful. I should have it figured out by now.
See, those are wet blankets on your flame. This week, write down every should that's running your life. Then ceremonially burn that list. Actual fire, actual burning.
You want me to commit arson against my own anxiety?
Yes, safely, in a fireplace or fire pit. Watch those shoulds turn to ash. Say thank you for teaching me. Now I let you go. That's the blessing.
Therapeutic arson. This wellness stuff is getting wild.
Second, feed your fire. What actually brings you alive? Not what you think should make you happy, but what genuinely lights you up inside.
Honestly, cooking, making music, long walks where I'm not thinking about work.
Those are your kindling. When did you last do any of those things?
It's been a while. I've been too busy.
Too busy is code for I've let my fire go out. This week, you must do one thing that feeds your flame. Not optional. Your soul is literally depending on it.
Soul dependency. That's serious.
It is. Third, identify your fire dampeners. What consistently makes you feel cold, disconnected, small, social media, certain people, specific environments?
Definitely endless work meetings that could have been emails.
Those are smothering your fire. Can you set boundaries? Can you protect your flame from unnecessary meetings?
I mean, maybe. This feels revolutionary.
It is revolutionary. You're allowed to protect your fire, David. Fourth, practice the candle meditation. Light a candle, watch it for 5 minutes. Notice how it flickers but doesn't go out. That's you.
I'm a flickering candle. This metaphor is really sticking.
Even when life gets windy, your flame adjusts. It dances, but it survives. You're stronger than you think. The fire proves it.
Fire is evidence of my resilience. I like this.
Fifth, when you're facing something scary, use the fire courage technique. Imagine stepping closer to heat, not jumping in, but moving toward it. What would one small step closer to that fear look like?
So instead of avoiding scary things, I inch toward them like I'm warming my hands.
Perfect analogy. You don't have to dive into the bonfire. Just get a little closer. Feel the warmth. Build your heat tolerance gradually.
Heat tolerance for life challenges. This is actually helpful.
Sixth, check your balance. Are you burning too hot right now? Overcommitted, exhausted, running on fumes? Or are you barely smoldering, going through motions, feeling nothing?
I think I've been oscillating between both extremes.
Most people do. The goal is steady flame. Not bonfire, not ember. Steady, warm, sustainable. Ask yourself daily, is my fire balanced right now?
Daily fire check-ins. I can do that.
Seventh, practice the ash blessing. When something ends, a relationship, a job, a dream, don't just move on. Honor the ashes. What did this teach you? How did it refine you?
So failure isn't just failure. It's sacred ash?
Yes. Ashes are proof something was released. You can't have transformation without burning something away. The ashes show you've changed.
My failures as evidence of transformation. That's actually comforting.
Right? Eighth, remember, fire doesn't hold grudges. If your flame went out last year, last month, last week, you can reignite it right now. One spark of honesty, one act of courage, one breath of truth.
So I'm not permanently extinguished. I can just restart?
Always. Fire is forgiving like that. It doesn't judge how long you've been cold. It just waits for the spark. Are you ready to spark?
I think I am. This fire talk is weirdly motivating.
Because you can't fake a flame. You either feel it or you don't. And I think you're feeling it right now, that little flicker of possibility.
Yeah, there's definitely something flickering.
That's your fire waking up. Feed it this week. Do the things that bring you alive. Burn the list of shoulds. Protect your flame from dampeners. You were made to shine, not to scorch, but to warm.
Shine, not scorch. I'm writing that everywhere.
Here's your homework. Light a candle every morning this week, just for 1 minute. Watch it burn. Remember that's you. Steady, bright, pushing back darkness just by existing.
Morning candle ritual. That's achievable and also very aesthetic.
And when life asks you to step into something scary, ask yourself, what would fire do? It wouldn't hesitate. It would burn clear and pure and true. Can you do the same?
What would fire do? Between trees and fire, nature is really running my life now.
As it should. Nature knows what's up. Remember, every sunrise and sunset proves even the sky burns and is reborn. You can too. You will too.
The sky is my role model for rebirth. This podcast is getting mystical.
Embrace the mystical. Until next time, remember you're allowed to burn away what no longer serves you. You're allowed to reignite after going cold. You're allowed to shine without apologizing. Burn bright, friends.
This podcast is powered by VoxCrea.ai, where ideas find their voice, even ideas about becoming fire.
Especially those. Now go light something and remember the flame lives in you always.